No, these are different.
Hello.
Okay. I think you should make it short.
Short, yeah. Short.
Your phone. Make it short. Give them
Tell us what happened in court today with regard to your client.
Okay, as you are aware, he was abducted in Kenya and brought here before on 29th of June 2021, and that was done without reference to us as the counsel in the matter. So, and the court adjourned the matter to today for hearing, for trial. So, but today he was not in court. I insisted to find out from the prosecution why he was not in court, which I made a formal application to the court to that effect. But we understand the condition of the court starts today. So that apparently should be the reason why they are not in court. So we're starting today. So the court said they need fiat from CJ to enable him to proceed during this vacation. So that has been resolved. But we are going to initiate a communication to CJ to ensure that fiat is given to his lordship to continue trial during this vacation. So as we are aware, I've mentioned it upstairs. Nnamdi Kanu, before 2021, we have Nnamdi Kanu 2015, who was abducted by the DSS on the 14th of October 2015 in Lagos and brought before Abuja here. Brought in Abuja here the 10th. He was taken to Magistrate Court and which granted him bail, and customary brought before this court, Honorable Federal Court, which also granted him bail. And those bail orders granted by the court directing for his own conditional release were all flouted by the security agent, by the DSS. So until we effectively and successfully challenge the 11-count charge preferred against him at the time by the federal government, and 8 out of them were struck out, remaining 3. So on the basis of those of the weakness of the strength of remaining allegations, the court granted him bail on 5th of April 2027 and scheduled for the matter for hearing. Adjourned the case to October 17th for hearing, 2017 for hearing. So why are waiting for the time for him to be in court on October 17th for the trial to commence? His premises, ancestral home in Omahia, Afaroku Omahia, was invaded by the military soldiers on the September 14th, during which blood invasion, over 28 persons were killed in his premises, and he manually escaped by sheer providence. Not unhurt, he was inflicted with injuries. So, and we have applications before this court for the court to intervene and also investigate the circumstance that led to his disappearance, an intervening event that occurred that led to him to his inability to be in court and start his trial. So these applications are pending for the past 2 years before this court. Only for us to have about on 29th of June that he was brought to court. So, and we're ready to go on. So, but the fact is that the Nnamdi Kanu we are talking about today is person that was abducted in Kenya on July 19th, on June 19th, 2021, then tortured, subjected to all forms of inhuman treatment and degradation, inflicted with grievous bodily harms, which is still in his body today. So after spending 8 days, after subjecting to all sorts of torture, then he was handed over to Nigerian security agents 8 days after. So on the 29th, they brought him to court. So what I'm saying is that we are talking about gross violation of Geneva Convention Protocol, which agreement Nigeria entered into in 2001. This is very fundamental because as far as we are concerned today, Nigerian image in international community has been damaged, has been bastardized by virtue of what has taken place. We don't go to a foreign land and kidnap somebody. If the person has committed an offense known to law, you subject him through what they call extradition proceedings. Then the person will pass through the instead of smuggling here through what they call a southern rendition. But that's a very fundamental issue we're discussing before international court and the international community. Today we have various applications and correspondence with the African court, which has been championed by my colleague and also our foreign partners in UK and the US.
Please, can you tell us the specific 3 orders issued by Justice Binta Inyako?
No, today the leadership order, first of all, that you need an order from the CJ to proceed with trial. Then 2, that the detention authority, in this case the SSS, to give us access to our client. Because I complained about the way manner we see him. For the past 8 days, we don't have about we don't see him. And only yesterday we had over the social media. As I'm taken away from Abuja, I complained to the court that he has been taken away from here. And we can't confirm his present state of health. So the court has to intervene and give directive to the detention authority that we should have access to him on specified dates within the week, which I may not mention to you. So, but that has been agreed, and we are going to see him anymore for now. So, and we have an application to get him transferred to Correctional Center Kuje prison, which was served on the federal government on 17th of July 2021. Only for on the 14th of July, yes, 2021. Only for us to ambush all this money with the accountability to that application. But we don't want to go into the merit because the court is actually not ready to go on with the proceedings today because of the foundation commences today. So on the next adjourned date, we are going to have a bite of that. Thank you so much. No, as I speak to you, we are aware that the international community is going up to for this court. And they are aware that Nnamdi Kanu is in the detention facility of the DSS. So if anything happened to Nnamdi Kanu today, the federal government, DSS, and all the authorities concerned should be held responsible by the international community. Because UK, US are in effective communication with our legal team as to what is happening in this case. I can confirm that to you today. As I speak to you now, I don't want to mention the international media organizations who are following up this case, who are in this court today to cover what proceedings of the court today.
Okay, is it true that some of your lawyers were arrested?
No, not lawyer was arrested.
Okay, well, some IPOB members were also arrested. What's your view on that?
We have a situation whereby lawyers were chastised today, we are brutalized kind of. We were not allowed inside the court because we are suggesting the system we should trim down the number of lawyers. I know this is an international case. This is a case that rose Igbo's interest and interest of right responsible people. So every responsible person wants to know what's happening in this case. So and that has been resolved with the court today.
What of your IPOB members that were arrested this morning? Who came in here?
Many of them were arrested. We are going to confirm that. We are aware many of them. I was just informed in court that many of them were many people that came here were arrested. So and I'm urging the authorities. I am urging the authorities by this video to release those who were in court to witness proceedings of today. They were not violent. They were merely here to witness proceedings of the court. And it's your constitutional right to be in court and witness proceedings of the court. If you are limiting, if you have a restriction to the number of people that will come to the court, we have no problem. But you can't not warrant to arresting them. Innocent and defenseless people. Because the trial hasn't commenced and there's no order for secret trial yet. There's no order for secret trial, which we are going to project if there's any order of such nature. Thank you so much. Your name? My name is Ifeanyi Ejiofor. I'm lead counsel to Nnamdi Kanu.
I'm outside. We're doing interview outside.
All right. That's good. Thank you. Yes. Okay. When you are ready, you go. Diko.
Yeah.
At the count of 3, we start.
Don't forget to tell them.
Are we ready? Yes. Okay, well, my name is Aloy Ejimako. I'm the special counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In addition to what my colleague, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, had said, I would briefly give you a rundown of the international dimensions of this matter. You have heard of the phrase, the long phrase, extraordinary rendition. It's not a make-up by lawyers. It's real. It's something that is in the statute books that Nigeria signed on to. And this was not the first time it has happened. It has happened before. Nigeria had attempted in the past to conduct extraordinary rendition of Umar Diko in 1984. The difference between that one and this one is that why that of Kanu succeeded, that of Umar Diko failed woefully. And it led to countervailing consequences. So extraordinary rendition doesn't draw only legal consequences. It draws political and diplomatic consequences. So in that of Umar Diko, it drew all kinds of consequences. Okay, 17 people were arrested. 4 out of those were convicted and sentenced to various terms of imprisonment, ranging from 6 years to 8 years. The other 13 were deported, The CEO of Nigerian Airways was nearly arrested in the UK. He was lucky to have seen a very short fence that he jumped. Okay, and Nigeria was denied the subsequent request to extradite Diko and other people in Nigeria was interested in at the time. So, you know, and then Britain broke off diplomatic relations with Nigeria for 2 years. So I don't know why anybody thinks that the extraordinary rendition of Kanu would not have consequences. Of course it will have. It's an unfolding phenomenon. Unfolding. The political, the diplomatic, and the legal consequences are unfolding, and just as my colleague informed you, the international legal order has been triggered by a process I filed and perfected 4 days ago. So there is a triggering of the international legal order. Jurisdiction of Nigeria over this matter is no longer exclusive. You have multi-jurisdictional people coming in, centers coming into play here. So it's not something that there is a wiggle room for the country. And we have to cross that bridge before we get to the bridge of saying guilty or not guilty. You have to cross the bridge of this very horrendous conduct that Nigeria did towards Nnamdi Kanu.
Your name, sir?
Aloy Ejimako, Special Counsel.
About the absence of Nnamdi Kanu?
Well, it surprised us. Nobody told us anything. We came here expecting to see him and everything. And the crowd that thronged here also expected to see him. So this is one of those draconian things that people are fighting against. You see, we don't want a nation that is turning to a police state, and this is what is roiling the citizens of Nigeria. And that protest, that dissent, is showing itself in various forms. It's showing itself in revolution now. It's showing itself in the agitation to have a separate state. It's showing itself in resource control. It's showing itself in NSAS. If you are not doing these things, you are not going to be having these negative reactions from your citizens. If you do the right thing, your citizens will be happy and they won't have any reason to dissent. Okay? So that's what's going on. And today, they prove themselves capable of continuing those things by arresting innocent people that came to express solidarity with Nnamdi Kanu.
We're told by some people that Nnamdi Kanu was actually brought to this court premises, but he wasn't presented in
We
court.
didn't see him. We didn't see him. So if they brought him, they spirited him away. And what are they hiding? Because you can't take a trial in absentia when you're inside jurisdiction. So the court is interested in knowing whether Nnamdi Kanu has been removed from her jurisdiction.
How prepared are you now to see Nnamdi Kanu since the judge has actually said?
Well, I've seen him a couple of times, but you see, why it became an issue in court today was that it was a bit of an irregular size, and it was a discretionary matter left to the DSS to decide when his lawyers could see him. But right now, it's no longer discretionary. A court order has ensued that we're entitled to see him twice a week.
At what times?
Well, some afternoons and all that.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Are you happy about that?
Yes, we're happy, very happy. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's some soibo. Okay, so give me one
Stop the Ross! Don't believe in danger with leadership. Stop the Ross!
Live and direct. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Free Biafra. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
We are live and direct here. Share to our people wherever they are.
Share to Nigeria.
Nonsense country.
Okay.
So they here.